He's my other host, Pat George. Pat, how you doing?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, all right.
Without a doubt, dude.
Without a doubt.
I was gonna say that, but you grab the reins.
You took the gibberish right out of my mouth.
And I'll put something right back in. How you feeling today, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good.
I'm a little banged up.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow. No, yeah, dude, I've been noticing. So we went to go see Kublai Khan TX. TX stands for Texas. They actually got their name from us, like TX. But yeah, we went to go see Kublai Khan TX. We ignored our ages and we got right in that pit. And I noticed every time I do things, it's my fucking my heels. My heels always feel like, obviously I feel a little banged up because I had a bunch of beautiful men punching the shit out of me last night. That was after the show. But no, I've noticed anytime I do anything like that, it's my fucking heels that feel fucking tight. So I have to do this. Like, it was funny. I woke up, my beautiful wife, Stephanie, she's going to her CrossFit gym. They had some competition thing they were doing. She left, accidentally like walked out the door, locked herself out, and then she called me and she's like, "Hey, can you come unlock the door?" And it's just basically me. I popped out of bed and it's just me walking like this, just like, "All right, babe, I'll be right
there." Yeah. I didn't necessarily have it's actually I will say my feet do hurt also. I also, for some reason, my feet are like the most, like when I go to walk, it's a little ginger. But I think we just need better arch support for our pit shoes.
Yeah, it's
not
always
a question. It's not a question of us going in. We're gonna go in, or we're gonna be standing near it. So we just need something supportive. I actually wore my non-slip hiking shoes, which apparently aren't the best, but actually didn't fall.
No, and it was getting a little rainy, getting a little wet.
Yeah.
It was questionable. There was a minute or two where I was like slipping on the mud and stuff like that, but I did not manage to fall at any point either.
I thought the rain was going to stop right after Fit for an Autopsy. It seemed like it was like done. You know what I mean? I think I even saw you like check your weather app, and it looked like it was just going to be like raining for now, and then we'll be fine for a while. But in the middle of Kublai Khan, it was a pretty cool visual too. I took a pretty cool video of them like playing in the pit, and so like on the southwest side of the pit, the mouth of the pit. That like essentially that and the rain and them like playing and shit like that. It just fucking looked epic as hell. But once that was over, all of us were like, we were like, do you know any? I don't really know any Lamb of God songs. Do you know any Lamb of God songs?
Well, that was that was the funniest part. It's no disrespect to Lamb of God, but the second I was telling Lemaire, I was like, bro, I keep seeing signs from a higher power. Like, I don't know exactly who's running the show, but there's someone looking out for me. I think I got a little Andy Guardian Angel, because I told you, I don't know. Oh no, you weren't there. Bro, so Lemaire hits us up. If you guys don't know, we Lemaire hooked it up and got the gang went to go see Kublai Khan. All thanks to Lemaire. He was our sponsor on our fucking.
We got to be VIPs.
Yeah, he was the John Cena on our Make-A-Wish trip to Kublai Khan. But no, so it was like Saturday or Sunday night. Lemaire sends a group text. He's like, "What are you guys doing Friday?" And I was like, "I think I have to go park cars." And he's like, and Pat was like, "I'm free." And then Lemaire's like, I got tickets to Kublai Khan. And I just go like, oh fuck. I think I text back, fuck.
Yeah, that was right after we got back from Houston. So I was like, you must have used like some kind, not a favor or anything, but like you most likely, I know that feeling at least of like, shit, I just asked somebody to cover a shift.
Well,
and now,
if I can Tarantino it real quick, it was so funny. I was talking to my manager yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, you could. I was just let you have the day off or whatever. It doesn't really like matter." I was like, "Catastrophe.
Yeah.
It's how I process problems."
He's
Where
like,
I'm
"Well, just
like,
park cars slower. Who cares?"
"What's the?"
And you're like, "Yeah, but I'm important here, aren't I?" And you're like, "No."
No, because no, I have a history of like working corporate jobs that will be
Yeah.
like, if you ask for time off, they're like, we're gonna do Temple of Doom to you. We're just gonna rip your fucking heart out. And I think it's a lot of muscle memory.
Yeah, they're like,
Just
"You can apply for time off," and you're like, but I have PTO," and they're like, "Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're entitled to it." Like,
yeah.
that's all the jobs that we've always had.
Well, just because you have PTO doesn't mean we want you to take it. So if you
Right.
try to take your PTO that you've earned and you should just be allowed to have as a human being existing, we will make you feel terrible for it.
Yeah, that's basically every single job that I've had for sure. So, I
Yeah.
understand that impulse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
I still wouldn't like I've had that where I definitely have my line, and I don't know if that would be my line necessarily, but it's pretty close. Like, I think if it was a show that I really wanted to go to, that I would be able to go to, and they're being unreasonable about, like, the time off or anything like that, that's when I would just become unreasonable. It happened at
Really? What would you do?
Hollywood Video. I remember I was like I was getting fed up, and I actually had to get a second job because they weren't paying me enough, and they were not giving me a promotion that they kept, like, kinda dangling in front of me.
Yeah.
So and they kept me doing the work essentially for the opportunity and for the experience and for the blah, blah, all that shit that we hear in comedy and
No,
shit.
I hear you. Yeah,
So,
that's happened to me. Promotions always take forever. They
yeah,
always just
we
seem to
wanna make
be.
sure you're right for the role, and I'm gonna take another week off, and you're gonna do my job for your pay instead of my
Yeah.
pay, and you're gonna do also your job. Like, it's that horse shit that, like, I'm tired of that shit. So, but there was, like, one they're I was like, "Hey, man, you scheduled me this day. I told you I need these days off because I'm working that second job." And they and they say, "Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do. You're gonna have to work." And I said, "Oh, no, no." I said, "You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to be here tomorrow." I said, "You just tell me if I'm gonna be back the next day or not."
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
funny.
like, because essentially it's like saying, like, "I'm not asking you anymore. I'm telling you I'm not coming in tomorrow. And if you
Yeah.
wanna fire me, cool. Because either way, you're going to work tomorrow. I'm not gonna work tomorrow. You are. So if you like, that was the thing, was like saying, like, but I said, you can just let me know if I should come back or not. And if it's not, then I don't give a fuck. Then you'll work a lot more. Do you understand that I understand the workflow here? If I don't work, you have to work more. Nobody else has to do that extra work except for you. So if you're gonna abuse your power, I'll abuse mine. This is the power I have. I'm gonna go to Kublai. Bye bye. Except for my thing was I'm gonna work at Lowe's, which
Yeah.
also I did. I do not. I worked at Lowe's. I don't even remember how long I worked at Lowe's, but I know for a fact I was unqualified the entire time.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. That makes sense too when you're like fucking at I know for my specific situation right now, I'm like secretly I'm just like, no, I actually like really fucking need this right now. Like
Yeah,
hopefully I don't need it in a couple months, but right now I really fucking need this. So
yeah,
I go more because also too my the dude who fucking runs shit there is like super fucking chill.
yeah.
He's like, nah, it's cool, dude. I work with a bunch of like 20-year-old. I'm like literally the old fuck there. I work
You're the one. You're the responsible one.
honestly. Well, it's so funny too. It's so funny working with a bunch of because like I'm like to them I'm old and just, but I'm also too like they have that whole. I work with a lot of young kids who it's like me, and it's about like
Yeah, opera singers. I get
they
it.
take yeah. Yeah, it's like we're in the art district.
Me, 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 me.
They just have
Guys,
to they
thanks for
just have
being here
to
on Saturday with us.
this is what you get on Saturday.
This is
Like and
why we're here.
subscribe.
This is
What's the
why we're
fucking
here.
point? What's the fucking point if you don't like and subscribe?
Me, 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 me. So you're working with opera singers.
No, it's like a bunch of young kids. Well, like I remember like the one time it was a busy Saturday and the one dude who's like he's a good worker. If he hears this, I'm not shitting on him. He's a good worker, but like it got backed up and one thing led to another and he may have gotten called a Frieza by one of the one of the like people trying to park with us, and
Oh.
he really just let it disrupt
Wait,
the
by a
entire.
customer? Like
Yeah, by a customer.
a customer called him a freezer because he wasn't parking cars fast enough?
Yeah.
How does that add up? That's mean.
It is very mean.
What
But
the
like,
hell?
well, no, so there was like a line of cars backing up, and then the customer basically cut the line, and then he was
Oh.
like, well, you can't cut the line like that. And the guy was like, but you said I could, but I want to park my car. And he's like, well, you cut the line. I can't. You have to go around to the back. And then one
Yeah.
thing led to another, and he got called a freezer.
Okay. It wasn't like, guy's so slow. What up, freezer? Just like, whoa.
No, it was just a quick. It was just like, would you like to
It
pay cash?
escalated to Frieza. Okay.
He was actually, would you like to pay cash or card? And he was like, card, Frieza.
He said, card, Frieza. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I said card, you Frieza. But no, it was one of those things too where like, dude, you get mad retarded people in the fucking lane. Like I had this one dude from the other side of the, so like here's the lane with like traffic going this way. And then here's the opposite side of the road with like traffic going this way. The dude drives across the road, but still parks the car in the lane pointing the other direction. And like a lot of the guys there are just like, well, that guy's a fucking idiot. I tell him in that moment to turn his fucking car around. And I'm standing there like, well, it's a busy Saturday night, and that's really going to back things up. And if things get backed up too much, you really throw off the fucking flow. So I just tell one of my guys, I go, like, I just go up to that guy basically with energy of like, you didn't do the dumbest thing fucking possible. This is totally fucking normal. And then I just get one of the 20-year-olds running for me to just be like, hey man, just hit a Yui. Be careful with that. It's just like, you gotta humble yourself to just keep the flow of the night going.
Yeah.
And I forget where I was.
It's for the better of everything. Like it's reading the flow. So even if you do get called a Frieza, you still have to go like, okay.
Well, he got called a Frieza. It was funny too because later he goes, yeah, that guy called me a Frieza. I go up to him, I go, how did he know your nickname? He didn't like that.
Yeah,
he didn't like that at all.
Oh, he's got to deal with it. That's a good one. When you get hit with a good one like that, you got to take that.
But yeah, I work with a bunch of kids who have like insane egos because they're fucking 20, and it's just like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter. That's why I rose. That's why I run the company now. I rose to the heights of the valet industry just because I go like, yeah, you can spit on me, I don't care,
brother. It doesn't. Remember? Don't you remember last night when we were getting beer? It doesn't. Apparently, it doesn't stop when you're in your 20s.
What?
Remember when I thought I was?
Yeah, you fat what the fuck. Dude, oh yeah, we'll jump ahead real quick.
Beginning of the show,
I saw Pat do the craziest thing ever.
Wait, what happened? So out of character to me.
I don't know, dude. You do like. I was thinking about this because you do go into situations being like, who's trying to fuck me right now? Because
after you pay $25 for parking and you have to walk around the block to get inside, you're like, brother, I just paid premium parking prices. Why am I walking like peasant parking prices? If I'm parking in a $5 lot, I understand why I have to walk around the entire block, up and down mountains, and through terrain, through weather, all this other shit. I paid $25, brother. The venue's right there. Let me in. It's right there.
Not the entrance, fatty.
Not the entrance. Gotta go around. And you're just like, well, can we cut through? And they're like, no, I'm not authorized. Gotta go all the way around.
Yeah, you and Lemaire were. That was getting in your asses.
Because I paid so much for parking. Like it really is. I understand if I'm usually cheapo. I'll go, hey, I know if I pay $10 or something, I'm gonna have a little walk. If I pay $25 for parking. And I also asked the guy, I said, can I bring this bag in? He's like, you should be good. And I go, oh, well, I guess I'll chance it. I'm glad I didn't because I would have had to walk all the way to the back around.
What bag?
I had a fanny pack, essentially like that.
They let me bring my fanny in.
Yeah, they would have let me in with it, but the guy was like, yeah, you're probably fine. Like, I hate just, I need you to tell me what the rule is. So I looked up the rule and it said like a certain number of inches. I don't have a fucking ruler with me. Yeah. So I just was like, I'm not gonna chance it.
You just gotta use your just good judgment. Like they let bitches bring their purses in. I can bring my fanny in.
That's what I thought, but I'm also like,
this is my stomach purse.
But you're right. After we walked across the Sahara to get to the show, we got in, and we're buying.
Well, it was funny too because I
$50
turned
buckets, $48 buckets
$48 buckets of beer
for
for
16-ounce
four.
Michelobes.
Yes, which well, it's also funny because we get comic prices at the. I don't know if I should reveal this, but you get like you get a little love at the creek and stuff,
Yeah, we
and you're
patron
just
the creek often. They treat
yeah.
us right.
They treat us right, and it's funny when you're like used to those prices, and they're like, "Oh, would you like that same thing? It's triple the price."
Yeah, it's a rent payment, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh. But yeah, so I'm already on edge a little bit, and we're in line for the beers. That's where my headspace is.
Well, it
But
was
yes,
I do got to say because I also get a little like because it was satisfying when you guys were complaining about and then Lemaire Lemaire just starts like making shit up when he's not liking it, so he's getting annoyed that he has to walk. He gets mad that I wouldn't let him cut through the things, and I go
yeah.
like let's just do the thing we know that's right. Let's not do the guessing thing because also too I'm in my head like Sangosuka playing right now. I don't want to be late. and then we finally
Really what
get
the name of the band is? I thought he was like, is that really what the name of the band
yeah
is?
Sangosuka. I forget, it's a reference to something funny. I forget what it is exactly,
Wow.
but they were in the middle of playing, and I just go like, well, I don't want to be late. Let's just go the way we know that's gonna be right.
Yeah.
And then we got to the closer we were getting, the more Lemaire was just convinced this was the wrong thing to do. And then we got to the actual ticket booth, and there was a giant sign that said guest list, which is what we were looking for. And I go, nice.
Yeah.
I go, read what that says, idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was annoying that all the parking was on the opposite side because the way it was like where the GPS takes you to the what was
Right.
it, the Moody Amphitheater.
It's the Moody Amphitheater, which is like point something miles away from the Moody theater or whatever. The inside.
Yeah, the fucking GPS takes you to you get you get to the one side that's like close to the stage, and you're like, oh, I can hear the band, they're right there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, anyway, you're gonna have to walk about 6 blocks worth of length
away from the venue. And it's just like, what? But and we couldn't hear the bands anymore. And we got to a point where we turned a corner again. I said, hey, we can hear the bands again. I think that's a good sign.
Well, it was confusing too. It would have made me a little less anxious if they had more signs to be like, "Don't worry, I know you're hearing less of the band, but this is the direction you're supposed to go." Because you get to one end of the corner and there's just an old man, and he's just like, "Y'all here for the show?" Blah, 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 blah. Like.
Yeah,
they just hire only boomhauers to like let you know where to go.
You here for the death metal? Are you general admission? Yeah, just go this way. It's either this nice lady in a blue polo just going, "Are you guys here for slaughter to prevail, or are you here for fit for an autopsy? Which one would you like?"
It is always retired people who like completely don't match the vibe of the music, and you're like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
But so we walked away from the music. We got back to there, got the tickets. Again, shout out to Lemise for hooking it up.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And then so let's talk about let's jump ahead to the beer situation. So Pat's already on edge, irritated. The rain's doing this like stop and start thing where it's going from an amount where
you're like, do we need to get cover? Like it was like one of those things where we were like, do we? I think we might need to like, how long is this gonna go?
Well, it's like there's two, especially too, because it's like we're in Texas. It's a little like hot. It's starting to get hot again, and it goes from like a light misting, like you're waiting in line at a theme park, to be like, this is nice, to just like, this is an annoying amount of rain. And so that's already irritating. And so wait, was this when we got the third bucket?
I think this was the.
Oh yeah, I think it was the third bucket. Because like I think we got 2 buckets. It was 4 16-ounce Michelobes for $48 a piece. And shout out Moody Amphitheater.
You are fucking outrageous, man. That is ridiculous. They didn't taste any better. No. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do anything special. They just had the rusty bucket. And also this is the other thing, is the weird like corporate bullshit of that, where they're like, we got to make sure we open every one of them because we don't want them to be dangerous. And you're like, okay, you're giving us a metal bucket in the pit. we're carrying the bucket into the pit.
You just have to hope we bring the bucket back to you.
Yeah. What do you think we're gonna do with these buckets? These are projectiles. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I kept saying like
you were reiterating the point to
I should not be
that.
trusted with this.
Well, that was like you were saying that, and then you kept saying it, and then you kept saying it. And I go, Pat, are you gonna hurt someone with this bucket? Like, why do you keep saying this?
I should not be trusted with this bucket.
It got me afraid that you were gonna hurt someone with the bucket.
Well, especially after the so the first time we went through, there's some hubbub with one of the fucking. There's always that one fucking dickhead vendor that's like, these are the rules.
How many people do you have with you?
So like we're getting a bucket. Lemaire was trying to order a bucket. I was going to order a bucket.
You're trying to do 2 buckets, but you have to like
you at 2 drink per person. They have to be able to do it's 2 per person, and so you have to have the other person there for 1 bucket.
Yeah,
but I'm not allowed to buy a bucket. So then we have to have Andy had to try to either find a stranger.
You have to have two human beings standing there to order a bucket where
to be able to please give you $48 for 4 beers. Please give us $48 worth of beer. Please.
I get the logic behind it, like the impulse initially, but then there's that part of it where it's like, okay, but I could theoretically come here and buy infinity beers one after another. So you're like,
I have plenty of fake mustaches in my pocket.
Yeah, this
I got plenty of disguises, bud.
Hi, I'm here for some beers for the first time today. I don't have any eyebrows.
I would like to have my first beer today. You come back after the 7th one, your outfit's up, you're standing on your head and your outfit's upside down. I would like another beer.
I would like one first beer. First time ever. I'm 21 just today. Could I have 1 beer?
But they were doing. I will say it was making me laugh where Lemaire.
We were trying to find a stranger.
Lemaire's problem solving in the moment was so fucking funny. Where Lemaire's like, yeah, definitely. He's like, Andy, go ask that guy to stand with you so you can buy a bucket. And I'm just like, or we could just finish this bucket and go get another bucket when we're done.
Now.
We don't have
wanted 2 buckets.
We don't have to pull off a heist, Lemaire. We can just get another bucket when we're done with the first bucket.
Yeah, but so what we did was the fucking fuddy-duddy was like, this is only 2. I can only give you 1 bucket. You can come back later. So we just basically left that line, walked around
to
the end of the line.
Found a nice lady.
Yeah, nice lady that was like, sure thing. You want another bucket? How many buckets can I get you? You know what I mean? Like it was.
How many buckets do you need, boys?
It doesn't make any difference. We're going to drink the same amount of beers. You are just trying to stall us so that we can spend $150 worth of beers. It's crazy for 12 beers.
Yeah.
12. So either way, yeah, we're standing in line for the 3rd one when we ended up getting the 2nd bucket from the nice lady, and then we finished those. We were standing there. I think that was after Fit for an Autopsy.
No,
right?
I remember it was Fit for an Autopsy. I made I think there was a plan to get there was always assumed we were going to get a 3rd bucket so everyone could have like 3 beers. But I was like, no one was really like acting on it. And then Fit for an Autopsy finished. And then I had like I was doing like beer mosh math in my head. And I go, we definitely need that next bucket right now.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, guys.
It hit me and I go like, oh wait, no. Cause it was like, when do we get the 3rd bucket? And then I was doing the math and I go, right now, we need the bucket right now.
Yeah. When you get into your almost 40s, you're like, no, I know what I need to get going. I need at least another beer and a half at least. And I think I actually ended up getting another one. I just got one more single beer that I ended up was like, I just need just this much. I just need that much. And I was like, there you go, buddy.
Which you ended up actually just giving to me. Because I remember you had 2 beers and I was like, I really need to wet my whistle. And it was purely only a whistle wetting. Mm-hmm. And I turned around and I gave you a look and I was like, you let me finish the beer, which it was honestly a gulp and a half.
Yeah.
And then you just go like, would you like another beer? And I was like, how the fuck did you know?
Yeah. So I ended up, but when we were in line for the 3rd one, we were standing there and me and you're chatting. We're just joking around, doing whatever. And I noticed the fucking guy at the register literally gave me the side eye. He was like this. He was.
Oh yeah, because he was working with. There was 2 people. There was a couple in front of us, and then he was kind of like,
Yeah. Like, and I was like, and like almost like that noticeable where it was like, so can I help you with anything? And and then, like, and I was like, what the fuck did I do to this guy? So I was like, I told Andy, I said, I think shit's about to go down, buddy. This guy's giving me fucking shitty looks. I think I'm gonna have to fucking set this fella straight. I think we're gonna have trouble here. And like
trouble down River City.
I'm finishing that sentence. The people in front of us leave, and we get up to the register, and he goes, "Sweet Guar shirt, you gonna go see them?" I was wearing my Guar shirt, and he really liked
Sweet Guar shirt. And I started howling, laughing. And I turned to Pat. And I go, "You're a psycho. You're a psycho." It's so fucking funny.
It was not a cool shirt look. It was a side eye. He was giving me a side eye. So I just I thought we're gonna have trouble, buddy.
Yeah, I thought I was about to rumble.
Immediately, it went from I'm having a conversation with you and gathering my thoughts of how is this guy does he want to get crazy? You want to get fucking crazy? At the same time, I'm going, this guy's gonna get loco with me. Also, yeah, this is crazy. Fit for an autopsy. It was so much fun. What? You looking at me, motherfucker? Yeah. Like I was trying to just match his energy. And then we get up there and he's just like, "Hey, I like your Guar shirt. Are you gonna go see them?" Like I was just like, "You gonna be there, bitch?
You gonna be there? You gonna be in the pit? I'll kill you in the pit."
Who's asking?
You're just like fuming, just like, yeah, you're right, Andy. Fit for an autopsy is good, but live they're not super moshable.
It was like I couldn't believe it that it was like that, and that was my genuine, actual thought was, this guy wants to get crazy. Andy, you got my back, right? And then, and then like we get up there, and then he's just like, "Hey, I really like your shirt, and I think we would be really good friends. Can I get you a $38 bucket?"
Yeah.
Like, and also no trouble with the buckets or anything. You didn't give me any shit.
Would you like to be sucked off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
that
offering
shirt
head.
want to suck off?
want a little bit of a suck off?
It was that 180. It was completely different from like I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I guess yeah. And then I also couldn't trust myself with the bucket. I didn't feel like I should be able to hold it because it just feels so swingable. Yeah. And what are you doing in the pit besides swinging your arms? I'm surprised I did not see any buckets in the pit.
Yeah. Well, the bucket too is also a little bit of a scam because I was like because weren't the Michelob's 16 ounce were $13? That's a new one, by the way. They they snuck that by because usually the agreed upon thing was like 24 ounces.
Yeah, the biggies. The big
yeah,
ones.
you get 24 ounces, and then the Michelob's, I look and I go, oh, 13. I was like, something's actually gone down, and then I'm like, 16 ounces. I go, that's a new one.
Yeah,
they're sneaking in because like they're sneaking in because like that was always the trade-off. Okay, beers are expensive, but at least I got a big ass fucking beer.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh no, beers are girlfriend drink prices, and it's the same size beer. That was it really. Just a quick sidebar because I had this tweet recently that went went off a little bit, not crazy viral or nothing, but where the fuck is it? No, it was basically, I guess someone was posting photos, and to be completely fair, I didn't do like any research to find out if this was like 100% accurate, but I guess it was like they were looking up Metallica tickets on the like reseller website, and this is just crazy. Like, all right, sorry about that, boys. We got attacked by Metallica. big Metallica tried to take down Drag the Lake.
But that's crazy.
But yeah, because initially I thought this was like the regular prices, but I think this is like the resellers website. But still, and I make the point because like this is not in any way the fans' fault. Like the ticket prices, because like they try to trick you with the dynamic pricing. So like when a bunch of people go in, the prices go up because that is how like supply and demand works. Sometimes when a lot of people want a thing, just the market response as it goes up. But then when you find out where you're like, okay, the venues the venues are working with the record companies, so the bands can only go to these like Live Nation venues, and then Live Nation and Live Nation and Ticketmaster work together. So like they're the only ticketing agency they can sell the tickets through, and then Ticketmaster also owns the reseller. So you're like, it's a big fucking scam just to make. So it's like it's not the fans' fault that this shit is so expensive, but there gets to a fucking point where you're like,
you're still buying them, you idiots.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
it is still somewhat of a two-way street where you're like, the only way they get away with selling tickets this expensive is because you're like, no, but I really need to hear Lars fuck up Ride the Lightning. I really need to hear that. You're like, it gets to a point where you're like, have some self-respect.
By the way, the diminishing return, like they're not at a peak. They're not the best they've ever been. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually on the decline.
Yeah.
So like it actually, Derek says he spent $75 to see Metallica in 2005. That's a fucking screaming deal.
Yeah.
That was probably a lot at that time.
I
But
really like screaming deal.
Sorry.
I don't mean to cut you off. Something about screaming deal just got me. Ah! That's so good.
It's so good.
But yeah, no, it gets to a point where it's like, dude, have some self-respect. There's probably a Metallica cover band in your hometown that's 10 times better at playing all the songs than Metallica is, and you can be this close to them.
Yeah,
You don't have to be like looking at Aunt Metallica. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's just like there's like the diminishing return factor, but also like there's just ultimately it's getting to a point. So a shout out, I don't know if it was somebody that works with the Moody that hooked Lemaire up or somebody with the bands. I don't know. So I don't want to like, but I honestly, I would never ever pay to see a show at the Moody Center or the amphitheater.
Oh, dude, that was the biggest.
It's outrageously priced. No, it's outrageous. Everything. So like a band that we would like want to see. I know. God damn it. There was somebody like recently that played there that I was like, oh shit, that'd be awesome. But check the tickets, and they're like standard. Like even the cheapest seats, I think, usually in the Moody Center are like $300.
Yeah, those tickets.
Like dude, or if you want pit tickets or something, you know.
No, I looked up the tickets because I Kublai Khan's like my favorite band right now.
Man, that was so fucking good. I don't know if I could handle a headlining set of theirs. We'll get to that, and I'll let you finish your thought. But like I would after the fact, retroactively, I think I would pay any bit of money to see Kublai Khan headline. It would be, and it would be worth it. But I'm sorry. Yes.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, like looking up the prices for him. Sorry.
Well, no, because also too, Kublai Khan's in a place where it's like they're at this point in their career where they're big, where they're getting bigger bands like Lamb of God asking them to open. So they're gonna do this for a while, and then that's gonna turn into Kublai Khan next year's gonna they're probably gonna go out on a headlining tour next year. And the tickets are either gonna be like probably a little cheaper because realistically, Kublai Khan's not filling places like that. So like when I saw the ticket prices, dude, I'm looking at it right now. George Strait's at the Moody Center tonight, and the cheapest ticket that popped up is $184. And and it's just like that's what happened. That's what happened to me when I saw this posted, because I see it posted. Kublai Khan's in town. I immediately go, let's go see some Kublai Khan. I see the ticket price and I go, I'll see him next time. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And I didn't even contemplate going to see them on this one because literally, like, dude, like, I mean, shout out to places like Emos and Come and Take It and Mohawk because they're still able to hit you with quality bands and good prices. Like, I'm trying to think. I think it was like Haywire was on tour with Drain and Secret World and No Pressure. Those tickets were probably like $40 or so. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, though, is like these shows are still out there. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I think a lot of these people have this like emotional thing to them. And so they build up this experience in their head as it's this big thing. And I don't know, man. By the third $13 beer while you're in your spot that cost you $300 fucking dollars, you're sitting there being like
paying for $25 parking. You know what I mean? Like legitimately, every bit of this is the absolute highest it's ever fucking been. And but since the last time I've been to a show, it is markedly more. It is
Well,
insanity, dude.
but the distinction though is on these like bigger Live Nation Ticketmaster places because like when I went, I'm trying to remember the last one I went to when I went to go see Harm's Way, R.I.P. Bo. When I went to go see Harm's Way at the fucking what's the place? I always forget the place across the creek's called.
Empire.
Empire. I go to Empire. Those tickets are fucking $30. I go and I park on the street. That probably cost me $5, whatever it ends up being for the night. And then I go.
I saw H2O from across the street there.
Yeah,
you're like same idea. Yeah,
I didn't even pay. I was just.
pay.
I mean, I gave a homeless guy that was bothering me $1, but that was it. Cost me $1 to see H2O. And then I think I bought a T-shirt. Their lead singer. I always say this when I bought the T-shirt. I rung it up on their tap app, and when it went to ask for a tip, he put his hand over it and went past, and he was like, "Sorry." And I was like,
"Oh, brother,
admirable move." But like, I think to go see Harm's Way. I think it cost me what it cost me to buy beers at Kublai.
Yeah, brother, that's what I'm saying. It's not just like it's not like well, it's going to cost you a little more, but you know, I'm not getting anything more here. That's the point. That's what I'm talking about. Is like you're not offering anything more at your big venue that these other venues aren't offering, and like even if it's just the fact that okay, I'm within arm's reach, like you're going to pay $184 to see George Strait is in your town. That's essentially all you're going to see. You're going to see like, yeah, that does look like him. Yep. He's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and there's the song I know. And there's the other song I know. And then the one part where he's going to go, Austin, how you feeling tonight? And you go, yeah, it's real. It's happening. He's actually here.
Yeah.
You're not actually, there's no real proof. It could be a hologram to you. And it's $184 and you're on the lawn and it's raining. What are they going to do about the rain? No, it's fun. It's a different experience.
Oh, to be
you're like, now I paid $184 to sit in the rain, almost a mile away from the band.
That's and no disrespect to any of the bands. They were all very talented, but like that price point, I go, no fucking way. No fucking way. None of that. Like
you love Kublai Khan. I know that you would pay that much money to see them if they were even headlining. You know what I mean? Honestly, you would consider it.
I'd even contemplate it. It would have to be. I wouldn't go see them outside like that again. That was annoying.
Yeah, it was actually fun. I don't know. That was a fun. I feel like we had the real Goldilocks experience with that.
Yeah,
it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot muddier. It could have been a lot wetter.
Yeah. You know, aesthetically, it was very cool. I just think from a sound standpoint, I like seeing shows inside.
Yeah.
I think like the bass hits a little bit harder when you're inside, but yeah. No, it was so yeah. Pat did not fight the guy. They actually made love. That was very nice to see. Yeah. We got that was really funny too. I always forget Pete's last name.
Peter Angelo.
Yeah, dude. When we walked in, that was the first thing I said. We looked up, they had the Jumbotron, and Pete was just running the pit, and I was like, Pete's on the Jumbotron.
Pete. When you said Pete, I thought you were talking about Pete. Okay, I was looking. I saw a mustachio guy, and then you said, "No, gay Pete. Look, gay Pete." And I go, "Oh yeah, that guy. I guess he does kind of look like a gay version of Pete." I kept going. I looked at this guy with a mustache. That was I guess he kind of looks like Pete.
After the 50th time I said Pete, I was like, why aren't these fucking idiots? And I'm like, oh, they think I'm saying Pete Eckenroth. Okay.
Yeah. We were like, well, I think I'm assuming Lemaire thought the same thing because I was like, I immediately zeroed in on a guy that looked kind of like a gay version of Pete.
That does real good. Yeah.
And then I was like, no, big gay Pete. So you got to say big gay Pete.
Big gay Pete.
If you say big gay Pete, I go, Peter Angelo. I know.
Yeah. You're like, oh, Pete Eckenroth, who's really gay, so a big amount of gay.
Yeah, closeted gay Pete or actual gay Pete,
or out in the open gay Pete,
fully gay Pete.
And then, it was fun. We got to see the tail end. Well, we heard the tail end of the Bog, which they're very good, and then we saw Fit for an Autopsy and very talented bands. I gotta tell you though, fucking heavy music, it does not hit the same during the daytime. It does not when there's sun's out, guns out. Metal music like that does not hit the same during the daytime.
No, not when it's like and it's also like it was nice because I was after a couple songs I was like, you know what, the merch line is crazy long. I know I want to check out some shit. So I'm just gonna go just wait in line, and I could
Yeah,
still
you
hear the
hit the
band.
merch. You hit the merch line at the right point.
And I was just kind of like sitting there, and like being in the merch line by yourself can be agonizing unless you're like I was just like nodding my head. Just like I was just like, this is nice. I'm just like listening to some good music. You see hot metal tits going some goth tortas.
Oh yeah,
Some
you get a lot of
Latina.
that.
Woo.
You get a lot of that in Tejas.
Oh yeah. So so I'm sitting there and and it's pretty cool too because I was like, oh, it's cool. We got like a VIP guest pass or whatever thing kind of like, but I was also like, I know that it usually when they say that means you can go anywhere, it absolutely means nothing like that. So I was just like, as long as I'm in here, I'm having a good time, kind of eavesdropping on some conversations. I get up to the merch booth.
Groping women, blaming it on the guy next to you.
I said, oops, sorry, I'm just such a klutz today. Sorry. Oopsie. Oops.
Whoopsie daisy.
I get to the merch line and it's moving pretty good. They're not doing a bad job. I'm seeing what people are coming away with. Looks like some pretty solid camo options. I like that. And
Kublai Khan. I did contemplate getting one of those. Kublai Khan had this awesome fucking real tree camo shirt.
Lamb of God had a pretty nice, also real tree camo hoodie that looked like the super soft material. I saw those prices though, brother.
Yeah,
and this was another time where like you're not gonna blame the band because I think it's the same thing because like the Live Nation shit where they have these stipulations with the merch you have to
my general rule of thumb is I give bands immense benefit of the doubt when it comes to merch prices at the shows because that was always the thing is like I remember going to Warped Tour and you'd get so hyped because you're like clothes are going to be cheaper there. It was the age, and you're telling me every single band just got greedy over the past 10, 20 years.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
like,
to where they're
no.
like, this is like what I used to pay for ticket prices and shit like that a lot of times. So like I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is crazy. And I know how they justify it as at least as the venue, I would assume. But like a lot of these things are probably like double the price. I think I don't even know what to expect anymore because like hoodie, the Lamb of God camo hoodie, $100.
$100, yeah.
I think there was another hoodie that was 80, possibly. I can't remember. I think Kublai Khan might have had an $80 hoodie. That was that was the only difference in price because this was the scale essentially. Hoodie was 100. Long sleeve t-shirts were 60.
Mm-hmm.
T-shirts were 45, and so were hats were $45. And I go, that's fucking crazy.
Wait, hats were same as t-shirts,
brother.
That makes no. I would even give them hats for 35 would even be fair compared to the t-shirt.
I don't know why that works more, but you're right. Yeah, it has to be a little bit less than a t-shirt, even if it just covers less of the space.
Yeah, why would a hat be more expensive than a t-shirt?
And so it's crazy. So I don't have a Kublai Khan shirt and I don't have a Kublai Khan hat. And I was like, I'm at the show. It's the tour shirt. I go, you know what? Fuck it. It's like, I'll get that. They're greedy as fuck. I'm not mad at the bands.
No.
It gives me something to talk to. Also, it's a write-off. I'm talking about it, and you guys are entertained. So now I'm learning a lot now since tax time. Since doing my taxes this year, that's a fucking write-off.
Thanks for reminding me of that shirt, gang.
Yeah, but there was a thing. Yeah, that's the thing is I'm just using you guys now to write my shit off. I really love all of you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to me complain about merch because it will now not necessarily, instead of me asking directly to give me the $90 to buy the merch, I just spend the $90, bitch about it for about, I'm going to go probably another 2.5 hours. Then that way I earn that money back. And then neither one of us have to pay for it, guys. But it's double the price, I would say, easily for every item there. That's usually, at least the going rate, I think online is maybe 60 to 80 for a hoodie. Long sleeves are about 35 to 40, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the higher end. So this is crazy already, brother. They ring it up. $97 after tax. I didn't even do the math. What is What
wait,
is
you gotta
$7 in tax?
wait. What did you get again?
One hat and one t-shirt,
So that's
$90,
$90.
which is $90, right? They added
$90.
tax to it.
Yes, $90 is $90.
No,
They added a sales tax to it.
So how do I figure that out? I don't know how to do that.
Wait, what is sales tax? Here, wait, let me Google that. Because like, what is sales tax in Texas? Is 6.25%. Wait, $7 is not 6% of fucking 90. This is the segment we call math. 90 times. Wait, how do you figure out percent?
So like if it's 90 times 0.06, right? I think that would be it. Would be $5 and
I guess it is $7. I guess that is just sales tax. I guess it is $7.
That's crazy though. Right?
Yeah.
So 7 times 90, right? Or 90 times
well, I guess that's just
0.07.
I mean, I guess that's just sales tax.
But
like
it's still one of those things where it's just like, but why is there sales tax?
Well,
there was never sales tax before.
Well, I think that was just because you'd be dealing with the merch guy and it would just be like handing you shit. They're probably like throwing that in because it's a more corporate going
this is
about.
The thing, is they obviously forced them to have their merch people work it because it was all those blue shirt people again. It was all like the polo people.
Yeah, well that's
then
what
they asked for a tip.
Yeah, well that's crazy. I mean, again, benefit of the doubt. That's just the fucking program, but still, fuck that tip. Fuck that tip, because a lot of
it's fucking crazy, dude. Fuck if if you're doing that work and you expect tips for handing me a overpriced shirt because you're there, you're obviously charging more for the merch because of the venue, and you're also asking me for a fucking tip and charging me sales tax instead of just keeping this fucking. I didn't pay sales tax. I went to see NoFX and bought a shirt there, and I did not get sales tax on that. And it's in Texas. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying that. But it was just one of those things where like they had the Venmo thing, did the tap to pay, boom, bam, boom.
Yeah, I don't know the inner workings of that. I'm not gonna be like, I mean, I'll give them sales tax because
I also say this because of what Slav said. And Fat Mike is in fact the Jew. So there was no sales tax for the Jew there. I don't understand why it's at the other place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's sales tax. They're corporate. They're selling shit. Yeah, I don't know. That is kind of
they're blocks away too. Like, I mean, I'm saying where I saw the NoFX thing and where this was, like, it's an interesting thing to say. Like, you're gonna add all these caveats, and like I said, compared to the smaller venue, you're not adding anything else. You're not giving me anything more. So why the fuck am I paying so much more for all of these things? Why would you go see? What is the benefit for these bands at this point to work these bigger venues? Because I think even if you are getting so much more money, I think are getting charged a lot more money for all these services you don't fucking need.
Well, no, that's the thing. You say, what's the benefit? It's not about benefit. Where else is Lamb of God going to play?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like, I didn't realize it was this bad until like I was hearing Louis C.K. He was on Flagrant, I think, who didn't we beat them in the March Madness? He was on Flagrant and he was talking about how he wanted to do, and this was like, I want to say it was post canceling when he was starting to like come back into the mix and people were like done pretending they were mad at him. And he's like, yeah, I want to play a venue, but I don't want to do it through like Live Nation, and I want to just do it through like the ticketing website I wanted to work in. And he's like, I'm going to do it in New York. And then he like found out there was like maybe two, because Louis C.K. is big. There's like maybe two venues he could conceivably do it at. And he was like, and they weren't even that big. And he's like, all right, I'll just do 2 weeks of shows so everyone gets to see me.
Yeah, and that's the only option for Lamb of God. Yeah.
That's the reality of the situation is when you start to get like Lamb of God big, or like where Kublai Khan's going, or any of these bands that are that big. Like literally Live Nation owns all of the venues. So that's how they get away with doing all this shit. And it's why bands, there are some bands that it's like, bro, how is no one saying anything about this? But I get why bands are afraid to fucking talk shit, because they're like, okay, we'll talk shit and then we get to do no shows. But I don't know, man. I got to be honest. It's getting to a point where it's we give a lot of bands benefit of the doubt because they can't control prices and blah, 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 blah. But there's certain groups, it's like, I don't know. It's like Billie Eilish. What are they going to fucking do to you? Taylor Swift. What are they going to fucking do to you? Like, say something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Taylor Swift pretends to give a shit when she wants to get all of her royalties on her old records and shit.
Yeah.
How about all of your fans that are fucking like, I guarantee you a shit ton of Taylor Swift fans, because they're too stupid to not go to the show. They're like probably they're ruining their credit and putting themselves into insane debt just so they can see that bitch play fucking 21 or whatever the song's called. It's like, yo, how about giving a shit sometimes about your fucking fans?
And this is the reason NoFX, not only because of the music, I love the music they played, but also why they were always my favorite band was because they figured this shit out. This literally, the documentary actually even helps to like show
the 40 years of fucking up.
Yeah, the entire, and I cannot say this enough. I think Alamo actually just announced that they're agreeing to show them. So like, I don't know if all Alamos, but at least Alamo has agreed to do viewings and stuff because they want it. They're never going to release it in streaming. They said they're not going to release it to download. You can only see it in theaters. So like, they want like to be able to show screenings and stuff. So Alamo just picked up, I think, the movie on a bunch of their screens. So hopefully it's playing in your town. I would definitely suggest seeing it because they explain like from their first tour to their last tour, they booked it. They reached out to the venues. They booked the things. They did not want, like you said, no Ticketmaster, no anything. I forgot all about this. When I went to that thing and I asked the price for how much is a poster, how much, whatever it was. The guy goes, everything's $35. He said so there was hats, there was shirts, there was vinyl, like special run vinyl just for Texas or whatever, all that other shit. And like, he's just like, everything here is $35. Whatever you want is $35. So like, that's pretty easy. It seems reasonable where you're going like, oh, that's a lot for a poster, but that's a pretty good deal that's a screaming deal for a shirt. That's a screaming deal.
That's a screaming deal. $35.
Now you get it. That's one of those things where you can't help it. Like that's what happened. Remember when you said how much you spent on barbecue and Nate couldn't help but scream?
That's a screaming deal.
Yeah, $13. So I think it is doable, but like they kind of have to help either share that model with other bands, or other bands have to be willing to do that same work, because I think there's a way to do it, but you have to be more like, I think it's the same way as like comedy. Even you can have like better representation, more professional things, because you're doing theaters, venues, all these things where all of that stuff is kind of taken care for you, or you can choose to do it yourself and it's just more work on your end. That's really all it is.
Yeah, it's just tough because I think a lot of bands like a lot of bands go through so much fucking bullshit to like be a band, and then they finally get on, and then they're like, bro, it was. And I think there's a parallel to comedy. It's why a lot of people get successful, and you think like, you're fucking doing it. You got money. Why are you not fucking talking more shit? Like, why are you? It almost seems like people get more scared to talk shit the bigger they get.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but what? And you know what I think it is? I think it's like they finally fucking make it. Because even there's a lot of comics and bands that are doing really well, like exposure wise, but they don't like, it's not like stable yet. So like when you finally get to that point where you're like, okay, like I don't every time, like, oh, every time we do a show, it's gonna at least sell good, and every time we put out merch, it's gonna sell good, and like you don't really have to be like, oh, I hope this does good. I think it takes so long and so much effort to get there that when they're finally there, and then it's like, okay, how about you do this thing for the benefit of everyone else that'll completely disrupt your money for like a while. They're like,
yeah,
I don't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but at the same time, like, they're fucking us in the ass, and
Yeah.
I don't know the solution, but like, I definitely know if more like, you don't even like bands don't even need to be like, here's my 10-point plan on how we need to fix the. You just need to have enough bands to go like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
like, because that's what people don't realize is at the end of the day, these companies want money. They want money, and there's no threat to their money making. You're just going like, whatever the ticket price is, sure. Oh, our beer's $1,000. I'll buy a beer. Like, there's no. So if they actually feel a threat, like if it happens enough times, they'll do something different. You know, you just got to understand the fucking monster you're dealing with, and
There was that.
you
there
know,
was
you
that-
don't hope that they gain a soul. Just understand that they're soulless and go like, okay, how do I work this to my benefit? And if like a decent amount of bands actually fucking talked enough shit, and then you know how music fans are, they're just sir, yes, sir, whatever the bands say. If enough bands talked enough shit, then they'd get enough fans talking enough shit, and then they would get the fucking companies nervous enough that they would actually probably start to shift in a better direction.
Yeah, I think there's I really think that there's like a clear there's just like it's pretty clear to me that like there's no more options. There's no thing that you can do aside from, like you said, just taking that stand. It's the convenience of being able to do all these things for you or else. Like you said, they have the monopoly. But like aside from doing smaller intimate shows, you have to either rent the venue out yourself, get the insurance, get this it's like all doable shit, but it's just this thing that like it doesn't help. It doesn't help in the long run when like the only band, as far as I know, to like do that and like actually give a shit, because that's the thing is like you're gonna price your fans at like there's nothing, we have no more options at this point. I personally am at a point now where and it's not just because of like knowing somebody with influence, you know, whether it be my food influencer friend here or anybody else. Like we meet cool band, we do things about bands, we make relationships. Lemaire, tries to get the lick anytime he can, like to say like, hey, is there anything, are you a fan of a podcast that I'm on? Or something like that. And yeah, that's what it is, because like we're not at a point where we can not give a shit and just be like, yeah, that's crazy outrageous, I guess so, and just shell out the money. We don't have that. I there's no way I could have afforded to go last night and do even close to what I did if I didn't get the tickets for free.
Well, the irony was it's like Lemaire hooked it up. We got the tickets for free, but it's like, and then you go like, and then you're standing in line for beer and you're like, oh yeah, you're still gonna figure out a way to fuck me.
Bro, we got into that show for free.
We still ended up both spending
at least $75, minimum $75 for one bucket of fucking beer.
Yeah,
and I got from a side-eyeing motherfucker that I still don't trust. You know what? I've turned the corner on that guy. I'm not friends with him anymore. If I see him at the bar show, it's on.
It's
okay.
On.
I'm gonna make it bloody. I'll tell you what. But but there's either a $50 bucket and $25 parking.
Yeah.
Where there, and again, like I said, I looked at my GPS too, and I go, wow, holy shit. So from here, I just have to walk across the street, and I just go, it says, there it is. Go right in here. And I go, perfect. That's $25. That's a screaming deal. I'm gonna go. I'm right across from the venue.
It's fucking crazy. It's just, it's like, I don't know, man.
What are they offering you? Really, what are they actually offering you? This was a killer lineup. Great. It would have been really cool to see at Emos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been really nice to see at Empire. No, yeah. It would have been cool to see at Empire. There's no way they would have been able to handle that. But there's outdoor venues. There's the place right by my place. that, like, remember they had that whole fucking comedy fest. They've had a music festival there. They've had a comedy festival there. There's venues like that you can rent and in Austin that has parking, that has fucking the ability to do a show on a Tuesday. Like, I don't understand it. It's just, but very prompt. I will say they said it was going to start at 6:30. It fucking started at 6:30. When like the band's setup and breakdown was very, like, I feel like it didn't lag at all.
Yeah.
Really. They had pretty good music in between.
Well, because
It was fun.
I actually, I'm glad you said that, because I want to make this point to
Damn cameras on the fritz. Hold on.
well, no, as much as we're complaining about prices and stuff, like you just mentioned, the everything was on time and organized and it sounded good and all that. And I really do think like these smaller shows could learn a lesson, because like I remember it used to be one of my biggest pet peeves going to see bands at like smaller venues. And I know, like, you know, like when you're at a bigger show like that, they got all the drums set up and everything's set up. It's why it's so quick in between bands, is because you just need to like walk out and plug your shit in, and like your drums are already there and you just go. And then when you do shows at like I would do in Allentown, I would do shows at like Croc Rock, and I get it. Everyone's got their shit off to the side, and you know, you need to take it off and reset your drums up and stuff like that. Bring your amps out. But there was always this, there would always be this like lack of urgency to the bands changing. And I just go like, guys, most of us barely want to see our friends band right now. And you're just like taken for fucking ever. Like small venues like that, the bands in general, because it really does come down to the bands. It's like, dude, I remember I'd be so fucking mad at these bands, especially too when you're like later in the set and you know your fucking start time's just getting pushed back. And you see these guys and you're like, they're set up. Why are they noodling so much? Like they would be playing, like they would just be playing full loud riffs the whole time. And you're like, if you're fucking set up, play.
Yeah.
There's this weird thing with, and you know what? You notice it sometimes with like comedy, with like anything in like a non-official capacity. There's this weird thing of like people just don't want to start the show, and you're like, start the fucking show.
Yeah,
you're up there, you're set up, fucking play.
Well,
dude.
not everybody's here. Like they don't do that for maybe that is what they also do for like metal shows and shit like that. But for comedy shows, it's usually like, well, we have 17 sold, but there's only 16 here, and it's just like, just start the fucking show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that was a little telling on my part. 17 sold.
That would be that would be my favorite
100
thing.
Ticketed.
That'd be my favorite thing. Shout out Ryan Foster, his comedian Ryan Foster. What's this podcast called? Foster Care, and then Workforce Titans. Check out Ryan Foster. His Instagram, because Foster does hella black shows. And so he would be posting. He's like, I'm at the show. He's like, it's 8:30. Show started at 8. And then he'd just give up updates. It's like 9:30, hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
He would do that all. They'd be my fucking favorite. Can I have to rip a piss real bad real quick. Be right back.
I'll go after you. We can just both go, you know, just leave the cats to their own accord. But it was a fun show. I haven't done oh man, I don't know the last time I really went to a show. I think it might have been Flagman. I think that was the last show. Damn, I can't remember now. Harm's Way, Tsunami. I don't know. I definitely don't go to as many shows as I definitely could. There's tons. I mean, every tour kind of comes through here, and there's plenty of cool venues around here. There's Stubbs. Like I think Thrice came through and they played at Stubbs. I need to try to start using more people that I've met, like connection wise, because I know somebody that works at Mohawk that literally said, hey, if you want to go to a show, let me know. But it's just like, if that's not that one, I just need to meet those connections with more people. Just, you know, I mean, because still, even at those shows, the tickets can be a little pricey, but they've been pretty much about the same, which is nice to know that you have those options. And then when you see a better show, like one that is run like really professional, like I think Mohawk does great too. as far as like their efficiency, multiple bars, like they have like lines that, where you can stand, where you can walk, what's meant to walk, what's meant to stand. Everybody's pretty respectful of that shit. Venue wise, like safe, I mean, it's just nuts to have like a clear bag policy. I never understood that. I get like you can still check the bag, you still check the bags, but I don't understand what the clear bag policy is for, because like Andy said, he came in with his pussy pack. I saw it in the comments earlier. He came in with his old pussy pack, and mine was about the same size. I probably could have brought it in as well, and they still checked it. So I don't understand the clear bag policy. I don't understand what that's necessarily meant for, because even then they still limit the size of the bag you can bring in. So
There was the rule on the website said you had to have a clear bag.
Well, I think that's again like any Ticketmaster venue essentially at this point. And I don't think I was talking about smaller venues. Once you get like a really professional, like same thing, like we were saying, like, everything was on time, people were really nice, drinks were pretty reasonable. Like Mohawk is like, I think, really good. And
Yeah,
I know somebody that works there. It's cool to say like, okay, even with ticket prices being a little expensive, every concert and every tour kind of comes through Austin. So even if I could afford the tickets, I can't afford tickets to every show that I want to go to. So if they go to these places, but that got me on the clear bag policy for some reason, of saying, I don't know if they also have those as well, but it's still, I feel like as safe as I do at the amphitheater shows, I feel like the same. I feel the same as if I was at one of those other venues. I just feel like I'm a lot less, I have a lot less money. That's all. That's the only difference between going to it at those bigger venues compared to those smaller venues, is you just charge me a lot more. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, I just checked Mohawk, by the way. Whatever the show they have tonight is $37.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
that's what I was gonna guess, was about $27 to $37.
Dude, and even what is this? Oh yeah, and also they do the all-in pricing. That's a new popular thing for the smaller venues. They do all-in pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So like the price you see, because that was always the joke. You'd buy the tickets, would be like, oh, the tickets aren't that bad, and then after like convenience fees, it's like your ticket almost got double. And but yeah, it says this venue is all in pricing. The total price of the list includes ticket fees, taxes are calculated upon checkout. And they got general admission. This is a show a couple days from now. General admission advance is $36.50, and then they got BOGO, which is you have to get two. So then then you can get two tickets for like $40 or something like that. So yeah, like reasonably priced under today's context. And then I think awesome. I think their drinks are on par with whatever, like I think their drink prices are like on par with whatever drinks downtown would be.
It's not like going to be here on the 23rd.
Where at?
I don't know yet, but you want to try to go? Dom's going to be out of town. You want to be my date?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely don't want to go alone, especially because I'm going to be emotional if Odorous isn't, obviously if they don't bring him back.
Yeah. No, Guar would be fun. I've never seen Guar live.
Yeah, I was going to see if Lemaire wanted to go, because I figured, I don't know, the pit's going to be fun, but I think I would hope that he would appreciate the show too, because it feels like there's a good bit of wrestling in it. There's theatrics, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, the 23rd. Try to keep that on your fucking calendar.
Of this month?
Yeah. I think it's like the middle of the week. It's a Thursday.
Oh shit. I feel like there's something on the 23rd this month.
Yeah, Gore. I just said.
No. No, I think that podcast Lemon Party is going to be at the Creek on the 23rd.
Yeah, we can go after.
Well,
what's Lemon Party? Is that the one with the old guys?
Yeah.
And they're pissing or shitting on each other?
Pissing and shitting on each other, yeah.
I'm going to go to the piss and shit. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, no. I hope. Oh my god, they might be the same night. Oh no, April 28th. Okay, never mind. I'm still gonna tell Pat because I don't want to go see Guar. Fuck that bullshit. I fucking hate Guar. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, how are we doing? How many people? Oh yeah, we got good Twitch viewership. Got one guy on YouTube. Thank you. That one strong-willed man. Yeah, I think we talked out all the bad stuff about the fucking show. Throw the fucking chat on screen so you got oh, look at that. I didn't realize it could pop up on the screen like that. Interesting. That's fun. Wait, how do I change this up? Tiny. Ooh. Large, medium, small, tiny. And then rounded. Ooh. That's fun. I like compact. Because then if we keep it compact, Slav can blame the Jews on everything. Are you guys seeing this, by the way? Or am I just talking at nothing? Oh yeah, it does say show on, because if we keep it tiny, Slav can blame the Jews and it not be like a huge fucking thing. You know what I mean? Or we got the overlay on, overlay off. Oh, okay. Interesting. Baker skate team is going to be here doing a skate demo and signing on 420. Pretty up. Ooh, I've been thinking about going to one of those, just like a live skating event like that. I think those would be fun. Okay, you can see it, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You keep it too small to read, so it's like, oh, look at the fucking chat, dude. Look at the fucking chat. But then when you can't like actually read it to find out that Slav's being mean to the fucking, like, right there, that's a little bit much, but right there, that's a good time. I'll take it off the screen. No, I've been thinking about one of those skate.
Been thinking about you.
How dare you? How dare you?
Been thinking about you.
Get chatted.
Yeah.
Get the chat.
Get chatted.
Yeah, Pat, you just got chatted. What are you saying, Dunbar? I got to take advantage while I'm still in Omaha and do some shit this summer before I move back to a small town.
Omaha.
Pat chat.
My favorite thing.
Where were we? We were talking about, I think we got all the bad stuff out of the way. We talked about all the fucking nasty things about capitalism.
And I think we'll probably be sharing videos. I'm assuming we'll probably talk about it on Panties.
Without a doubt.
Further, because we got plenty of mosh footage.
Got plenty, dude. Can I tell you the first thing I thought is like, I was like, because I got to tell you, I don't know if it's like a fucking, I always joke like, oh, we're getting older. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm also like the most inactive I've ever been in my entire life. You know, like it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm 36, so I feel a little bit achy after, or my back starts hurting earlier. And it's like, yeah, but like I think they started playing. I did one sweep and I was like, oh fuck, I'm winded already.
Yeah.
I'm like,
brother, I had to take a couple breaks.
Yeah, dude. I was doing a lot of one song on, one song off. Or I was kind of going half and half. I'd be going hard during the first half of the songs, and I'd be like, hey, I'm just
gonna hang out in the middle a little bit. No, I would definitely be useful the whole time. I would always try to either be in the mouth of the pit, just keeping the structure and the integrity, or in the middle, again, keeping the chaos and keeping an eye secure. But then there was plenty of times where I ran through that motherfucking eye. I was like, no, there is no structure here. Chaos.
Well, dude,
I was running against the stream.
Yeah. Well, dude, it was funny because I was realizing like pretty quick into it, there was like a few people moshing like it's a hardcore show. I know there was that one big boy that like took his shirt off pretty early. That was like, he looked like a nice guy, and then the second the music started, you're like, oh, he's gonna hurt someone. And but then like everyone else, it made me realize, I was like, oh, this is a mainly like metal audience, because that's what I think. Like Lamb of God, I know they get.
Oh yeah, it was kind of circle pity. It was my kind of pit. It was a circle pit. It wasn't like the fucking like the chaos punchy kicky pit necessarily.
Yeah, I didn't particularly it was not my preferred option. It was very
a push.
fun.
It was a push pit. It was not necessarily more of a. It was a push pit, not necessarily a punch pit.
I don't see. Here's my thing. I don't even necessarily hate a push pit because there are times too where it's like I can't just ninja fight the whole time.
Yeah,
I can't
that's my
just-
jam. I love punch. Pits,
I can't-
or push
I-
pits. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't just ninja fight the whole fucking time. But there would be moments where like a breakdown would come up, and then like everyone would be standing still, or everyone would be like bunched up. And it was funny. I think I might have noticed. I couldn't tell, but I was like, I wonder if people are getting pissed off by this because there'd be parts where the breakdowns would come up and everyone would be like standing still, and then I would basically I'd just be a fucking killdozer. I would just like start moving back and forth and pushing people to the side, and then the shit would go off, and then they would just be kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? Like nothing. They wouldn't really respond to the breakdowns like that, and I was like,
point. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't really like respond to the breakdowns like that. And I go like, okay, so you guys are like just a metal crowd.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is actually that's a well. I mean, obviously, the more KublaCon went on, I think that was the best sign of. I think that was the best sign that they were on the right tour. You know what I'm saying? Because like they had a bunch of metal guys fucking with them, but like all the KublaCon fans were like, "What's going on here?" And they're like, "It meshed."
True.
Well.
They found a new audience that was like embracing them. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
And like they'll have to get with the picture kind of thing of like, but like he like legitimately like was calling out shit. Like he was saying 2-step. What'd he say? He's like, "We got too much meat out there." And we're like, and like I literally I actually went, does it shut off? Hello?
Yeah.
What the fuck keeps going on here?
You got too much meat in there, dude.
And I remember thinking like I was like, he's talking about us.
He identified how much meat we have.
But
I was telling them, yeah, that's what I was telling Lemaire. I was like, dude, his call outs are the best. I think one of my favorites he's ever done. Shout out Matt Honeycutt. One of my favorites he's ever done. He's like, "Show me an act of terrorism."
yeah. He fucking that guy like is the banter is top notch. The performance is stellar, obviously.
Yeah.
But also like I don't know, kind of like when you're like it's so funny because you have that energy in the pit where you're just like, no, they keep going, I keep going. You know what I mean? Like it's for sure it's got to be the best workout music of all time. But
yeah,
the Peter Angelo, it was so funny because I was looking over some of the shit in my car before I headed out, and I just like shared a couple videos. He just messaged me on Instagram like almost like right after he shared the story. He's like, "Where'd you guys go?"
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
And
well, there was a couple people that, like we had kind of a crew of like probably almost 10 of us at one point. And then we just kind of like we were just like, it's raining too much, and like we had we expelled our dopamine, like we had the dopamine hit with KublaCon, and then when everything like settled down, we were just kind of like, oh yeah, we don't want to stand in the rain for Lamb of God.
yeah. I mean, like it's there. I'm sure it would have been a lot of fun, and it would have been probably a great pit, but also every time they go like, the words, we'd be like, I don't. And it's again, no disrespect to Lamb of God. I just don't know a lot.
Yeah,
of shit
I know from my standpoint,
it's
it
like
was
Mastodon. I don't know a lot of Mastodon.
Yeah, and it was that kind of thing where you're like, I don't know this enough to stand in this rain. You know, it's that kind of thing where you're like, if you were at a festival, it was that energy of like, oh, these guys kind of rip. Let me check this out. You don't want to do that in rain. You know what I mean?
I said we went back to we went to the back after KublaCon, and it just kept raining harder, so we tried to find cover but ended up just leaving.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he shared a picture that he was still there. It looked like it was dry, but also I don't want to be like, hey, also we don't really give a shit about Lamb of God, so but he said my back is cooked. And I said I had to stop and catch my breath multiple times.
Yeah.
And essentially that was like, that's just it's not the obviously the will is still there. I want like the music gets me fucking pumped. I love the songs. I want to vibe, I want to dance just like everybody else. But also I have to also assume roles of like I know enough about the shows and safety at these kind of things that like I'll be one of the pit monitors, the pit police, just on the mouth, just doing this, just kind
You
of.
do have your moments though, dude. There were like parts where like I'd see you come by. You get this look in your face though that's like legitimately scary. You get this look on your face where you're like, "Oh, my friend, that's not my friend. That is a that is a warrior in the midst of battle."
I also really like if I'm really amped up, I start going against the circle.
Yeah.
And just robocopping through it kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's always a thing where like it's just a test of might.
Well, there was there were a few moments too where because there was a circle pit the whole fucking show, which kind of was like, I get it, but you go because that's the other part where maybe it's my autism or whatever, but I was like, this isn't a circle pit part of the song when you do the circle because like. If
you
they're
can still keep the structure, you can still have the circle, but you don't have to have it like it's not a runny circle.
That part perplexed me. I go like, it's just gonna go the whole set. You're just all gonna run the whole set. It's just gonna be a group.
Just keep running.
Well, because also too like a circle pit. I realized a lot of these metal bands they make more sense with higher density. Like that was a big part of Fit for an Autopsy. They were a great band, but it was like too spread out during them. Yeah. You need a very like all this stuff makes more sense the denser the crowd is.
I need some bumpers.
Yeah, so like they like during Kublai Khan and Fit for an Autopsy, that's what was confusing me. They had a pit big enough, like it was spread out like it was going to be a hardcore pit. You know what I mean? Like, hard, but then I was like, push pits work because you don't have it's tight, you don't have complete control. But like when it's so spread out, then it's like it's less of a push pit and it's more of a running into me pit. That's why I was getting so confused. I was like, this pit is too big for what you're doing. We should all move in a little. But I also too, maybe it's the fat guy in me. I go, the circle pitting the whole show is insane to me. I go, you paid all this money to see Kublai Khan to have like a light jog just to do like your morning workout routine that you're going to do anyway with Kublai Khan in your ears.
It's so funny. I think how you felt about me and Lemaire complaining about walking to the show is how I feel about that. I'm like, no, that's my thing. That's the pit that I'm used to. That's what it's so funny to have that, like, to say like, why do you guys keep running? What are you running from? That's what we're all wondering.
Yeah, fair enough. I just don't that to me is not. I like variety. You know what I mean? I like I don't know. I like a kind of like a flow to the pit where, because I started noticing. I started noticing like during the two-step parts, it was kind of like there was a bunch of times where like the two-step parts would hit. I would start doing that. And then I saw people kind of going like, oh, yeah, that's what we do. Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah.
I was just, Dunbar clocked it. I was upset. I'm upset with cardio, dude. Yeah,
it's pretty funny. They are kind of a weightlifty feeling kind of band. So like for them to be like, also, don't forget leg day. You're just like, stop.
No, I don't know, man. I like the
he should start his own Peloton. I see a lot of meat out there.
He really should, dude. Him on the fucking bike just screaming shit. That would fucking rip.
Move. You're just like, oh, okay, you got it, buddy.
I don't know, man. I like the ebb and flow of like the mosh pit, and it's sort of feels much more like locked into the actual show and like more responsive to like what's going on with the music. But I was the away team, so I'm not gonna fucking tell everyone else how to do it. I just think I'm better and smarter at everything.
So this is my thing: when Kublai Khan has their headlining tour or that we get to go to, we're gonna have to like fucking like train for it. Because
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I don't know if I can handle a whole Kublai Khan set at a Kublai Khan headlining show. That like it's again like you said, it's not a metal crowd. It's not they're not catering to someone else's audience, and they weren't. They
Yeah.
played Kublai Khan songs.
Yeah.
Like that was it. And I have no idea. Like we left, but I was also thinking, with me not knowing Lamb of God and loving Kublai Khan so much, and how awesome Kublai Khan was, like I don't know how Lamb of God's going to follow that. Obviously, it's their show, it's their fans, but also
Yeah.
like it's like performance wise. I saw the Hives and Refused, and they were on a co-headlining tour, but the Hives pretty much close out, I'm assuming, most of the nights. I don't know how. Like we saw Refused, they play basically the same time set, and the Hives afterwards, I was like, once they play the songs that I know, even if you are a Hives fan, I'm like, how could you like this more than fucking Refused? Like that was just arguably a better performance. Do you know what I'm saying? Like energy wise, song wise,
think
even if
that's-
you don't know Refused, you're like, God damn, what is this?
I would say, and this isn't a dig, I would say that's more your perspective than I think
Yeah,
you
for
realize.
sure. I'm a Refused fan. Yeah.
Because
But
I think for every guy like you, there's a guy like, okay, we sat through a Fuse, now the Hives.
yeah.
And I'm sure too, because like, and I'm sure too, with Lamb of God, because they're a much more technical band than Kublai Khan, there was probably a good chunk of people who were like, now time for the main event. But I agree from your perspective. Like if I'm going to the show, like Lamb of God, I'm way more hyped. Like we all were. I'm way more hyped for Kublai Khan than Lamb of God.
If it wasn't raining, I would have stuck around for Lamb of God.
Yeah,
I would have. It would have been like a cool time. But again, I'm not going to pay to see them.
Yeah,
So like same idea. Like I was like, yeah, I'll go. I'll fucking. And again, it's just because they're not my jam necessarily. I don't know a lot about them.
I'm just thinking about the numbers by the pure fact that like, looking at that audience, I'm guessing, and there were a lot of Kublai Khan shirts sold, by the way. Like props to Kublai Khan. There were a lot of people rocking Kublai Khan shirts, but I'm guessing the Lamb of God's bringing a lot of that crowd.
Yeah.
So, but I get what you're saying. Like from my perspective on what I like, I'm like, once Kublai Khan was done, I was like, it wasn't hard for me to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think there's but what the fuck what was the point I was making right before that?
You were saying about how do they follow those bands or something?
Oh yeah. Well, no. Essentially, the Hives. I think the thing I figured out was they didn't build on their performance. They come out the Hives, and then they have nothing to build to, and then they start like stripping off their suits. Like, why do you wear suits then? If it's so fun, remember that I don't know why that bothers me so much. Of like, why do you wear the super hot suits if you're just going to take them off like 2 songs in? Like and again, shout out to Gore, who comes out in the sweaty, stinky suits and prefers them to not wearing them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they at any point don't want to be filmed or perform in not those suits. None of them have that preference. So they all go, we're going to go out in the stinky suits. We're going to have this crazy concert and play metal music in a super small stinky club. You know what I'm saying?
But the difference is Guar can't just decide 3 songs in to be like, I'm not actually a space
I'm not Guar anymore.
But the Hives, if they want to undo their tie,
right? I'm just saying, like, you have the option. Just come out in fucking a t-shirt and jeans. You fucking
you love to lock it on a little detail.
Have the fucking if you're gonna have the suits. Look, Aquabats, same idea. They they're never not the Aquabats. They're always the Aquabat. They choose the costume and they come out and they perform in the costume. If you're gonna just wear something strictly to take it off, it's like you're stupid. You're just wasting everybody's time.
That's your perspective, dude.
I know, and it's right.
They put the suit on to take it off. What does that even mean, man?
Exactly.
No.
What are they even doing, man?
Also, not to double down on your point earlier, but I did look it up, and the Hives are at 2 million listens a month on Spotify, and Refused are about 370,000.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying performance wise, like they do have more fans, but like arguably, even if like Lamb of God, let's just say like Metallica, right? The older band are not going to give as potent of a performance, let's just say, as maybe they used to, like energy wise.
Sure.
Like whereas Kublai Khan is undeniable.
Yeah.
Undeniable, they had that whole crowd eating the fuck out of their hands. Whether they knew who Kublai Khan was or not, they're like they made so many new fans last night. Lamb of God's gonna go out there and you know what I mean? Like they're still gonna rock, they're still gonna play the songs, they're gonna play them beautifully. They're not gonna, I'm not saying they're fucking up or anything, but the energy, like they can't get hyped about being in Austin anymore. Whereas like Kublai Khan's just like fucking like, oh, let's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like they still have the drive. They still got the fucking, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm.
No, I see what you're saying. Because Kublai Khan, you know, what's funny? I was just thinking about this with Enter Shikari. Because Enter Shikari
They put out a new thing, right?
Yeah, but it was like a surprise album. And it came
Derek.
out.
Love you.
Later, Derek. It came out Thursday night. What's today? Saturday? Yeah, it came out randomly Thursday night, surprise album. And I listened to it. It was a very good album. It had a little bit of a slow start, and then sort of in the middle of it, it was really kicking ass. It was a really good fucking album. And then the album finishes, and it just auto plays to like, one of their albums from like sometime around 2010, 2015. And then that just fucking, you know, I've heard this song 1,000 times. It still fucking kicks me in the goddamn dick. And I go like, yeah, man, like Enter Shikari, one of the like strong, like I would put their catalog up against like any other band. Strong catalog. Every album like hits you with something new and some interesting stuff, but there's just, it's different when the band was hungry. And like, that's what you realize. That's what you realize when, you know, when they probably from their first album, Take to the Skies to, I think it's their fourth album, Minesweep. That's when they were doing good, but still like establishing themselves. And then, you know, after Minesweep comes out, they don't really have to prove themselves anymore. And all the albums were good, but they didn't kick you in the dick the same way.
Right.
And
right.
I think that's kind of what you're getting at, right? Is like Lamb of God, they've been there before. They're fucking t-shirt, they're fucking jerseys in the rafters.
Yeah, you know, like the
Shining.
The Shining's always The Shining, but you know what I'm saying? But then when what was the when like Neighbors comes out, or was it? What was it? No, not Neighbors. Weapons. Sorry, Weapons. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Or what was the other? What was
Neighbors
the other
was still a good show though.
But you know what I'm saying? Like when something new comes out, you're like, whoa, wow.
It's exciting. It's exciting in a different way.
It hits you different. And you're like, this feels like a new classic.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those things where like Shining still hits, but it doesn't hit like it did the first couple of years it was coming out, or first couple of years of you watching it, whatever it is, when you're like, unwrapping the fucking nuances.
Like a porn star when she first starts and realizes it doesn't realize it's sex trafficking yet.
Yeah, exactly. Before they get all crazy and like really cosmetic and traumatized,
really putting their fucking hip into it. Yeah.
But I think the same thing with like, so like Refuse, like you're kind of making that point too with like the Hives still have 2 million listens a month, and Refuse, even though they're a band that's arguably the same age, if not older, wants it more. Do you know what I mean? And they have more of that. They're not putting on a performance necessarily. They're performing their art. Whereas the Hives are like, hi, we're the Hives. How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, and their energy and stuff like that. But then eventually they have to take off that suit, and then they just become a really cool garage band. And like, I'm not saying that that's lesser than, but I'm saying performance wise, they go on tour. Refuse did a open for Deftones too. Same feel. Like it's a completely different vibe. So like,
I say this as I do not listen to the Deftones regularly. I like them. Their energy was electric.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's a different vibe for sure. It's not as chaotic. It's more like,
but it's not. I hear what you're saying. It's not what you're saying now. Like the Deftones, I've never listened to them really, and then we go see them, and I go like, yo, they brought something. It was electric.
And it's another one of the.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'm not. I get because like I was because I was also looking at it as like there's no Lamb of God fan that like Kublai Khan does so good that they're like, well, I'm done with Lamb of God. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
Lamb of
I
God
was-
fans did not leave.
That's how I was. And then it's
Yeah.
the same thing with the Hives fans. No Hives fans being like, oh,
Oh, this is
refuse,
boring
killed it.
now.
I don't
Yeah.
need to see the Hives. They're going to take their outfits off. But no, I get what you're saying, though, is like, they're going to be like, yes, Lamb of God, they did what they did. Hives, they did what they did. But on the ride home, they're going to go, yeah, but that Kublai Khan, they were
Yeah.
something else.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
What was that band again? Kublai?
Yeah.
Like, look those guys up. What was that song they played? 2 or something like that? What was it?
Yeah.
And when he does those things, I know you all can count. It's just like the guy's stage banter, the performance of everything. Like, it doesn't matter if you know the songs, you don't know the songs. There was just something different in that. And like, I think in a lot of times comics, like we'll say, they don't want to get buried by their feature or something, but I think ultimately, I think it makes the other band, maybe that's the thing, is maybe they're like, Lamb of God knows that they're like, this is going to be a tough act to follow. We need to bring it, even though we're playing to our fans, and we're like, maybe it motivates them more. Like it does sometimes, where they're like, I want a killer going up right before me, so I have to go up there and rein them back in and be like, no, this is why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it is.
I think a lot of things are. I think a lot of things are happening there, where it's like, if Lamb of God, if Lamb of God isn't just phoning it in, which again, we didn't stay, so we don't.
We have
know.
no idea. We didn't see them at all.
We don't know. We don't. Like, who knows? Maybe their stage banter was fucking next level, whatever. But and they like fucking went bananas on that shit.
I think it's going to be all inside jokes, though. It's going to be all inside jokes between them and their fans. They're going to be like, we don't get it. What does he mean?
Inside, they're just going to bust inside jokes. What are
they're
you
going to be
about?
like, hey, this one goes back all the way to 2011. And everybody's going to go, woo! We're going to go, what does that mean? Why is 2011 a big deal? That's when he cut his hair. It's no big deal. You guys wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
That's when he killed that guy in Poland.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I think all of that would have happened. 100%. Very specific thing you just made up in your head.
I'm justifying that leaving early. That's all.
Yeah. We don't have to justify. We don't. It fucking rained. We don't know Lamb of God that well. It's no disrespect to Lamb of God. I don't know you enough to stand in the rain. I don't give a shit.
Andy, they're watching. Be cool.
I'll show you the numbers afterwards. They're fucking not.
We don't even have a member. We don't have a full band's worth of Lamb of Gods.
Dude, honestly, I watched it on Twitter. Lamb of God probably just went out there and just like shit their pants and stuff. That's like definitely what happened.
That's definitely what happened.
I forget the fucking point I was even gonna make. Oh yeah. No, it's probably a lot of things too. If Lamb of God isn't just phoning it in, they probably are looking at bands like, okay, Kublai Khan's like the hot band right now. They go fucking crazy. Fit for an Autopsy, Sanguisugabog, they're both pretty like hot right now, and I know they go fucking crazy live. So there is probably part of them that's like, this will help us keep us fresh and on our toes.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, like, you saw how many people had Kublai Khan shirts on. They're also like, we're also gonna like, we know people will come out for Kublai Khan and go, yeah, fuck it, I've never seen Lamb of God, I'll stay for Lamb of God. So then it's also a decent business decision of like, we're going to get a lot of people at the show who, it's probably going to be majority Lamb of God fans at the show, but we're also going to get a lot of people there just for Kublai Khan that are going to stay and maybe check out us and, shit like that. But yeah, I do think Lamb of God fucking sucked and phoned it in and only did inside jokes. And
Andy,
I think
you're watching.
I think they said their third song in, they were like, if you can, commit a hate crime when the beat drops.
They said, do it then, please. If there are any minorities left here.
Oh, speaking of which, there was a guy. Did you see that guy with the fucking vest that was close, dude?
Close, dude?
There was a white dude. He had like a red shirt on with like a fucking metal guy vest. And then I saw it. And just on quick view, I was like, was that a swastika? dude. It
Yes, I
it
saw that.
had the eagle, and it was like a nondescript eagle, but it looked close.
Yeah.
And then underneath it, there was like a boxy design that if you were
Yeah.
looking quick, it felt swastika. But then when you focused in on it, you're like, oh no, it's not. But just with the eagle, your brain thinks swastika.
It was like a cartoonish one. Yeah, I saw that too. Where I noticed. It's so funny you said that. Like that must have been when we were in line initially, right? Because there was something like that where like it was like when we first came in.
Lamb of Sun.
But yeah, I think it was definitely it looked like almost like a graffitied
Well,
swastika.
this was my face when I saw it. I saw it, I went, because I went, whoa, no, that's close though.
Yeah,
That's close, brother.
Whoa, no, that's close though. Yeah, I saw another guy that it was really had like a denim vest with like and like it's so funny that I got to this point, I feel like pretty early on. Again, like I mean it definitely had more to do with my size, but it was like the vest and just not being as like thrifty with them. I do like the expression of either stickers or patches on things, but also like I fear you look like a dumbass the nicer they're sewed on. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like the more neat your vest is and like the clean and like I don't know, like it's a thing.
Well, you know what I
it's-
think it is?
I
think
get it,
like,
and I would want the same thing, but I just still go like I don't know if I don't even like I don't want I'm not saying like poser, I'm just saying like it feels kind of lame, but I also kind of I don't know.
no, I think we're just that's not like a thing anymore to the
Yeah.
point where like if you do the metal vest, you're kind of like it's like if I just showed up in like Dickie shorts
Yeah.
and like a black tee with like and spiky hair.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's not like
And
it's not like a common thing. So you're
Yeah.
kind of doing a costume now. Like that's why
that's what
you
I'm
know,
saying. Like to be clear, it's not a
if-
kid. It wasn't a kid. It was a guy like my age. And it's like
Yeah.
it just felt like this is my concert vest. You know what I mean? Like I wear this to
Yeah.
all my favorite concerts where you're just like, I get it, and I get it, and I'm not trying to shame somebody. If you still have the same vest you had that you when you were a kid or something like that, but this just feels like a thing that like your wife like crocheted you, you know, or like did for you know what I mean? Like or you
Yeah.
like sewed up and like have cool fucking thread through it and stuff. Like I go back and forth with it, but like I'm just saying that like priority wise, I had different priorities. So I'm thinking I actually I had this on when I was getting ready to leave. I had shorts. I was like, where can I put my glasses for safekeeping? Where can I stash my wallet that it's not going to come out of my pocket? And also I changed my shirt because this has a hood, and I was like, well, I don't want it to get fucking caught on something because I'm going to be fucking moving. So like my priority is essentially the same of like a B&E. Like how can I get in and out with no trace without getting like snagged on something or like caught by someone, because I knew
Yeah.
I was going to be roughing it up. Whereas this guy was like, I'm going to wear my perfectly laundered vest and my nice, cool,
Yeah.
you know, it just felt old.
Well, it's
to
like
me.
well, it's funny too. There was like the guy in his vest. There was like the spooky ghost guy with his hair spiked up.
Oh, with the face paint.
Yeah, and then it's like, you know, it's like, and then you see someone fall, and then they run over, and they're like, "Are you okay?" Which like you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, why are you wearing the costume? You don't have to wear the
But
costume anymore.
I go like, no, you're a spooky, scary monster.
Yeah.
Everyone should be afraid of you. Like you're not the guy who helps people up. Like, oh, did you get an owie here? We gotta
Right.
be. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
Is there a medic? Does anybody know where his glasses are? He lost his glasses. Like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of like you're not. Yeah, if you're gonna wear the vest or the face paint, you got to be the
Yeah.
vest or the face paint. You got to be spiky. You got spikes on your. You can't go like, oh, sorry.
Well, that
No,
was like-
you're a tough guy, man.
that was like someone. There was like the one skinny ass twink looking kid. I remember Pete or someone was like, "This is his first concert." You know, I mean, like something about like keeping him safe. I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna try to hit him.
Yeah.
But like,
You know who does it right? I know this is the perfect shout out. You know who does it right? I feel like Far Wild. Far Wild has the dude, not the I don't know if the band does it, but he's in a fucking punk metal band, like punk and metal band. I think they're two bands, or I don't know. Far Wild. Either way, he's got, and he had like he makes his own fucking patch. Like he's a crafty dude.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing where it's just like I don't know if this guy's a crafty dude, but like this guy, like also Far Wild's vest looks like it's like been worn.
Yeah, it looks
You know
like
what I'm
that's
saying?
the
This
vest
looks
he
like a
wears.
brand new thing that you got a brand new jean jacket. You cut the sleeves off and you make like it's not. It just I don't know. It's something about it. It just feels like you're trying to reclaim something, and like I know we all are. Like we're all going for partially nostalgic reasons, especially if it's a band that you've listened to your whole life. We totally trust. I know that, but also like if you're actively going to a show, don't you want to make it a little bit different than just like, well, I'm here. I'm gonna go get some merch. I'm gonna like what's the experience you're getting here?
Yeah.
What's the feeling? And it's just me probably I'm just projecting, I guess. I don't know, judging, but it's also like I don't know, it just feels like so much work and it feels so performative that like
Nah, I don't
you
know.
should be comfortable. The older you are, if you're my age, that you should feel more comfortable just being,
Well,
in
no,
your
it's like
own
one
skin.
thing. Well, no, that was the thing. It's like it reminds me of like my brother when every like fucking every I'm about to be really mean. No, but like you would notice it. It's like why they have the like nerd wearing a fedora meme. And like
Yeah.
my brother would be that guy. And it's like, yeah, he's like, oh, I got the fedora in this vest. And I go like, yeah, but you still got like a fucking Kohl's graphic tee and jeans
Yeah.
and like your
your
fucking sneakers and stuff. It's like, no, you got like if you see a guy in like a worn vest and like tight black pants and he's got the fucking hair and you can sense on it that it's like, oh, you go to the punk show every fucking night of the week and you go and you see local bands and you put their patches on your shirt and da-da-da. You're like, this is the shirt you wear out to leave the house in.
Yeah.
This guy got like that, like you see a young kid going on, this is my going to the show outfit. That's when you're just kind of like, you're putting on a little bit of a fucking costume. I go to the show in my fucking, I was being a little bit of a hipster where I was like, this is my band shirt of a band that they don't even have 1,000 listens on Spotify. It's not a big deal. But then also I put all my stuff in my fanny pack. I have it tightly secured and I'm wearing gym shorts because I know I'm going to be fucking moving around and I'm wearing the shoes that I know are not like my main shoes because these can get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to the show wearing shit, letting people know, like, just so you know, I'm fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like I think more practically of like how am I going to be able to not have to hold everything I'm bringing, and I can just put it in my pockets. Have plenty of pockets. It's the same priorities I had back then because it's like it's the same idea of like you don't want to sit here and go like, well, we brought our full. I was looking at the list of like what you can bring in and shit. They're like one sealed bottle of water. If you want to bring a lawn chair, one lawn chair per person. If you're in the and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, but it's also I get why people. I'm that way in a lot of ways, but my own special way, and it's never like the fashion thing. I think that's the thing is like again, Far Wild. I think wears that vest more than just to shows. I think that's his fucking. It's fucking.
100%.
I'll go out when I play shows. I wear it when I go out to see shows. I wear it when I go out to the bar. I wear it. Like
that's my vest I wear.
That's your style. But that's what I'm saying. This guy, I don't think he wears this to his job. Do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he wear because you can tell it still has like a real starchy kind of look where it's like it's not vintage. You either bought this already made like this, which is also very lame. I've seen that so many times. Or you like made it nice and perfect and you're like, I hope they see it. And maybe, it's like, I don't know, man. It feels so performative. It didn't feel genuine.
Yeah.
I'm putting a lot of assumptions on a guy I saw on the merch line.
Yeah. Really reiterating the point. If
I can't smell you, I shouldn't see that vest.
Well, I didn't believe you the first time you said it, but by the 18th time, I really thought you meant that. Pat, did you get any? I'm sorry, I'm being a cunt. Did you get any noticeable owies? I'm very curious because I got 2, but I want to know. Did you get any like noticeable owies?
My feet hurt a lot, and it's like more noticeable when I'm just walking around. And Dom said I can't tell. I might be able to zoom in. Dom said I had a black eye here. Hold on, and maybe you guys can. Hold on before before I take my glasses off. Let me zoom
Like,
in.
I need these to zoom
I need
in.
these to see. Hold on.
No, I
I
mean,
don't think so.
your eyes both look the same from the camera.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
She said there was like
Maybe a
little
little. I can't really tell based off your camera. Maybe a little bit.
yeah, but it's. I mean, it doesn't hurt necessarily. My
did
face
you have
kind of hurt.
did you have any like specific moments in the pit? But like obviously you're getting okay. Back that up. Get
What do
out
you
of
mean?
here. Please stop. Please stop.
You talking?
No more podcasts.
Huh?
No more
This
pods. No more pods.
Can't go in anymore.
You know, like
Hold on. Actually, I can just go here.
did you no because I had so the show it was like second song this dude came around and he fucking came and like bought me in the nose but not like too and I immediately go the second it happened I go not again. I was like I am cursed. Kublai Khan, I am cursed.
Yeah.
I did. So he did it was rather than like a straight on, it was like a side swipe or whatever. And so I got hit in the nose, and then I immediately started because like I went into like muscle memory of when I got fucking busted open the last time, and I start wiping my nose a couple times, and I literally like went to the edge because it was so funny, dude. I'm literally in like pit mosh mode, like yeah. I get hit in the nose. And I'm like, oh god, I gotta double check this. I don't have money for this. Oh my god. But then I swiped it and it was fine. I was not bleeding. And then there was another guy because there were dudes in the never ending circle pit that were getting close to the center, and I just felt some guy come barreling in, hit me in the back of my shoulder. And the way it hit me, it just made me chomp on my teeth really hard.
Oh, I hate that.
And that was fucking weird. But
no, I had a relatively injury free experience from what I can feel.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have any kind of like noticeable owies necessarily. Like I said, my face, like even where she said was like messed up, doesn't like bruise or anything like that.
Yeah.
But in the actual pit, like there was a couple times. So I kind of talked about this on the episode where we were talking about the NoFX movie about me. Like I think I faint. I think I faint. I don't know if that's a weird. I would love that to be a quote. I think I faint.
But like, okay,
Pat George. I think.
So
therefore, I faint.
This is why I'm very interested in this next conversation because, like, how do you not know?
Okay, so I think
It'd be a pretty obvious thing to know.
But I don't know. Have you ever seen someone faint? Like for real faint, not actually like faint, like like faint. I mean, or even like that. You know, like where they're just kind of like they're standing there and all of a sudden they just go like.
Yeah, no, I don't know how many times I've seen it in person, but don't you usually fall to the ground?
So, Pat,
what are you talking about?
So the two times I've experienced, listen to my conundrum. You listen to my conundrum.
Like, what did you wake up on the ground?
I was sitting both times this happened, and both times it happened.
Like, how many times is someone just waving a fan in your face?
Both times were dumb. So the first time was we were watching Your Mom's House special where they were showing the Tom Segura where he broke his arm footage. It was that episode.
Yeah.
Where they showed his fall and the noises and him like talking about it and like him laying there like writhing in pain. And like as I'm watching this, like I start to kind of feel, I'm kind of feeling it now. I feel like a tingle in the back of my head a little bit. And like I kind of like, and apparently in this, I was sitting in like one of these chairs, and I kind of just went like back like that. Where I came back, and Dawn was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, what happened?" She goes like, "You were just kind of going." Oh, and I was like, so like that, right? That's what happened.
Why'd you say I think that's pretty like on the nose? What do you mean?
But is that what fainting is?
Yeah. I mean,
like if I were to have been standing, it would have been like over for Dom. Like there's no way she would have moved me.
Yes, Pat. That is what fainting is.
Okay, now I know. Because like when I was at the, and I think partially part of it is I kind of feel it sometimes. I can get overheated really
Yeah.
like too quickly. So sometimes when I feel overheated, I start to feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like
Yeah.
so like when I was at the NoFX thing, it was kind of a mix between that of like I don't feel good. Like I know I'm not gonna throw up, but I definitely am fearing like I'm about to pass out. Like that, I was fighting a faint, I think. So
And that was during the like gross fucked up thing they showed, right?
yeah, when they were showing
Yeah.
like all the blood and shit and all this other
Yeah.
stuff, like it was gross, and it was just overall like it just felt really weird and like really long. I feel like they should put like a warning.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a part where like and I never thought of myself as one of those people. I've seen Faces of Death and stuff. I don't like gore and guts and shit and stuff like that getting cut off and like gross shit. But like I find I don't exactly know what my limit is, except for when it's like traumatic experiences, I think. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't. I wish I knew my trigger more because I kind of felt like I was getting overheated last night in the pit. Like I was like I had to catch my breath a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it wasn't necessarily because I was running. It was like more of a I feel like I'm overheated a little bit. Like I need to like fucking like holy shit. Like I definitely don't want to faint here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mine was more, I never felt overheated because I was like, I mean, I think I took my shirt off at one point. Mine was way more just like my body physically couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I don't know if I've ever like fainted like that. Cause I know
Yeah. I don't know if I have either.
You don't.
I don't remember.
Even though I've given very obvious examples of it.
Is that what's fainting it? Is that fainting? Did I faint?
Yeah, it's so fun. I was not expecting the examples to be so obvious fainting.
Well, okay, so if you haven't experienced fainting, I don't think you know it's fainting until you explain it to somebody and they go, "Yeah, I think that's definitely fainting." Like, I don't know. I've never even felt like I'm one of those guys that's like, "Ew, gross." Like, but bro, apparently I'm like, all right, enough.
No.
Like I can take the initial, I can watch it for a little bit, but if I continue to watch it for some reason, because the Tom Segura thing was the same thing where they're like, hey, let's rewind it. I'm like, no, I can't hear the thud of him hitting the ground and like hearing that loud crack of like, like it's just like this thing where I'm like, apparently I'm a fainter. I had no idea.
Apparently. Like
maybe the jury's still out.
You and Nate can bond over that. He faints whenever he gets too horny.
Oh,
yeah. I was
telling
the story about my nipples, and then he got really horny and fainted. That's the legendary Nate fainting story. Yeah. I'm trying to. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say, and then we can get out of here. But a new thing I've been trying to implement. I just decided to. I remember I did it. Well, when I went to go see Harm's Way, it kind of happened after Harm's Way.
Rest in peace.
That was crazy.
I'm sorry. I just really, I have it. I'm not a huge fan of theirs, but I do respect the community. So I just want to give my respects. Rest in peace, fella.
They're all very believable. Damn. Your true passion is shining through.
Lost a good one.
Okay, stop.
I did.
It's all coming.
I'm on your side. I want to support.
The more you talk, the more sarcastic it sounds.
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
Please stop.
Who? Wait, no, wrong. That's too far.
Stop. I hate this. Anyway, no, after Harm's Way was done, everyone in the pit just naturally started like high-fiving each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that.
We had that a little bit in the pit last night, but it was
I
also
did that.
people.
That was me.
Oh, you started the.
Oh yeah, because I go whenever the band's done, we should all line up like a baseball team and just shake hands. Like that's what we should all do. Yeah. So when the band was over, I literally started that. I went to everyone and I was just high fiving everyone. I was just going, good game. And then
we earned it.
Yeah, we did it, boys. Anyway, now let's all realize how fucking old we are.
Let's all go hands on knees, get that breath back in.
I was wondering about that because I was like, this is an unk heavy pit, dude. I was like, this is Unk Station tonight. Oh, but I did get a few. I was very proud of myself. I did get a few. Just when I was done, there was a couple people that walked by me and just like high five naturally, and I was like, "Was I the star of the pit? Is that why he did that?" And then one, did you like my moves? And then one dude like patted me on the shoulder and he said, "You're a fucking unit." I go, "I'll suck you off right now." That's all I ever want anyone to ever tell me.
Tell him. You point at Matt Honeycutt. Tell him. I mean, come on.
Tell him to tell me, and then I'll be their tour boy. Whatever they need.
We said we have a lot of meat out there. I'm like, he's definitely looking at Pete, Andy, and like some of the biggest, fattest boys in the pit, dude. There's another guy that I kept thinking was you that looks like I think he had your beard, had your build essentially, but just had a bald head too.
Yeah, he talked to me before their set. We were bonding over being confused if we were a mirror or not.
What are we, the same guy?
Yeah. Just watching Matt Honeycutt talk about meat going, he's formulating his opinion based off our bodies.
Yeah. He's identifying our bodies. I like it.
I'm gonna boss so hard for you, man. I'll die for you. It's so gay, dude. You're just like out there moshing, and then he's like, I need to see more. And you're like, yes, sir. I'll boss harder.
But brother, this is why I'm saying Matt Honeycutt would be would get so many new clients to join Peloton. If he started doing a Peloton, like you know he's working out. Just film yourself working out and give 3 very intense motivational speeches that you can reiterate through that workout,
dude.
Whatever
honestly,
it is, and like I would join.
Him running a workout class would go nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like he could definitely up their at least initial membership by like 25%, just from fat boys like us that are like, no, it's a workout plan I can get on board with.
He makes me feel like a special boy.
Because if I watch the other ones, either I'm watching a fit gay dude that's like I could also never fuck, or the lady who I could never fuck. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a beautiful distracting lady with pep and tits that is in spandex, and they're just like, I'm not here to be objectified, I'm just here to motivate. And you're just like, I can't tell my brain what to do. I can't tell my brain what to do. My brain tells me what to do. Okay?
I know you're not here to be objectified, but that's what's happening.
It's unfortunately what my brain is telling my eyes. So but if I had Matt Honeycutt there, I could be like, yes sir, you got it, sir.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! I'm objectifying him too.
Stop! It's just me.
Oh wait!
Shut up!
I'm just a sex pervert. No! Hell yeah! Well, that's it. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. No, it's great way to end. All right, we love you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.